Yeah, pretty soon. Then we're gonna feel the heat again. Oh, I feel it now, actually.
Soon.
Ugh. Nasty. What happened?
My micro SD card.
Oh. Something wrong, Scott? Oh, you got bugs?
I have a couple in here. Like a 16 gigabyte.
You see what I mean about the alien shit?
Huh?
You see what I mean about the alien shit?
This looks like an alien shit though.
Well, no, I'm talking about being able to get 16 gigabytes on something that's smaller than a fingernail. You know, how the hell to do that shit? Yeah, I know what it looks like.
28 gigabytes.
I know, I have a couple of them right now. Well, except in mine, they use the, what do you call the adapters to fit into stuff like this. Alright.
Alright, boys.
Yep.
So maybe next week.
Till then, good night, Mike.
Jane, a little thank you for this.
Yeah, you didn't have to drill holes in the car. What the hell? Now I got that damn song rattling around in my head.
What song?
What
song?
That is the theme song from Escapade.
Oh.
Well, that machine's actually had a number of watchers all week, and I've been waiting to see who would jump on it first. I expected to have to deal with, I'll give you $115 for it, man, kind of offers, but no. I had it on there for $425. I figured I would take $350, and he has offered $385. All right, not a problem. And I have 20 more to go. Same machine, same model.
But they're all selling though, right?
Oh yeah. After I do my magic to them, they sell, yes. Because I've been accumulating them for the last 15, 16 months while I was busy with the fucking yard cleanup. And when I saw one selling in my price range where I could make money on it, I would, stash it in the fucking barn. I got literally a pyramid of them down there. Because they're a very easy machine to work with. I'm extremely familiar with them. What the hell was that? Somebody back there hiding in the woods. I guess a utility truck or some kind. I have plenty of extra parts for them, so. And if I needed to, I could always borrow a part here and there from one of the other ones and replace it later. It's not a big deal. It's just not that easy anymore to find the damn things for a reasonable price. You gotta be fast. I have about 14 searches on eBay that would instantly alert me if one comes up for sale. Most of the time they want 500, 600. Fuck you. Nobody's going to pay that kind of money. Or they want 300 and change for a machine that needs everything. There's no wiggle room for me there. No meat on the bone.
Going down to Virginia, maybe September.
To see the new vice president?
Huh?
New vice president wannabe, rather?
God.
Some senator I never fucking heard of in my fucking life.
That's a criminal, apparently.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
What did he do?
Yeah, they're saying he's about as crooked as Hillary.
Oh boy.
That's what they're saying.
No, I know nothing about him. I know something about Southern politicians, but of the Bill Clinton mold, I guess.
That guy Pence, how's he?
I don't know him either. I know only what the press has said about him. Apparently, the gay and lesbians don't like him because he was against gay marriage or some bullshit like that. So fucking sick and tired of both fucking parties wasting my goddamn time with that shit.
Fix a terrorist.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about gay marriage. I don't give a fuck if some guy with a dick wants to use the ladies' room. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit.
Fix the military.
Yes.
Fix the terrorists. Fix the economy.
What I give a fuck about is an army of fucking terrorists that are bent on spreading destruction on our shores, amongst our people. That is what I worry about. And it's already fucking started. And, you know... And I suspect it's going to get worse in a hurry. And now we have a problem with homegrown terrorism that has nothing to do with ISIS. You know, let's go shoot cops type of terrorists. Really? I mean, that's what you're going to do? You know, I don't understand that at all. I really don't. If you have a beef with the Baton Rouge Police Department, why are you shooting cops in Texas? What is the sense of that? What did those people do to you? You know, where do you even begin to justify doing something like that? Let alone how would you justify shooting people who are not involved in this particular incident, even if they're in Baton Rouge? You know, what the hell is that all about?
What are they going to give that guy that threw the fake bomb in the police car?
I have no idea.
I know what they should give him.
I'd give him the beating of a lifetime and shove a stick of dynamite up his ass.
30 years at least.
Yeah, his fucking lawyer will probably plead insanity for him.
Right.
The jury will buy the bullshit. The liberal judges say, oh, you're right, he just needs help. Put him in a facility for a year and let him out, you know? The next time it'll be a real bomb. And I know there are some cops out there who probably shouldn't be wearing a badge. And I know some that maybe they're not bent or crooked or anything like that, but they have an attitude that rubs the public the wrong way. That doesn't mean you're allowed to fucking go killing police officers because you're pissed off about that shit. They work for us. They're all that stands between us and total fucking chaos. I mean, can you imagine what would happen if there was nobody to do anything about the gangs, the petty criminals, and everything else that we have to deal with every fucking day? You know?
Car accidents.
Everything. What's the first thing you do when there's a robber in your house? What's the first thing you do when your car's wrapped around a pole and you're not drunk? You know, or you're something like that, you call the cops. Something disappears in your backyard, you call the cops. You know? Tickets are irritating. That kind of shit. But that's not the fault of the police. That's the fault of the fucking politicians that use police as tax collectors. They push that shit. They put pressure on police commanders to send cops out there that, you know, to start, like the Brewster Police is a good fucking example.
Yeah.
We need to increase revenue. Make sure they're giving tickets out for everything. No. That's what pisses the public off.
Yeah, and you don't give them to the Mexicans. You can give them to people like you and me.
Yeah.
Because you can't give them to them.
But that's not the fault of the individual officers. That's the fault of the political leadership behind them.
You know, they make some announcement that there is no quota. Yeah, there is.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was on the news the other day, and then yes, there is. Oh, yeah, I beg to differ on that one.
Yeah. And that's something else that needs to fucking change. I don't give a shit about someone speeding on the fucking roads. I don't give a shit about any of that fucking petty-ass bullshit, whatever. We'll worry about that after we've secured our borders, after we've rounded up whatever terrorists are in our own fucking country and dealt with them. Then we'll worry about the little stuff. There'll be time then for that. Right now, we have endless unsolved murders. We have terrorist cells in our country. We have all this shit going on that, you know, police time could be better spent on. Somebody calls about a cat up a tree, go fuck yourself. Get the damn cat to yourself. We're busy. We're catching Omar, a fucking terrorist over here, you know, who's got a bomb factory in the middle of the city.
So who is Terry going to vote for? Has she got her vote in?
I doubt. I don't think she has any fucking clue. That's above her pay grade. She's one of the 47%. She's the type that votes for whoever's going to give her something. Promises. Whoever's going to make the most promises to give her something. I'll extend your welfare or your fucking whatever payment she gets another 6 months if you vote for me. So of course that's who they vote for.
God.
They don't vote for what's good for the country. They vote for what's good for themselves. And then when the terrorists shoot them up at a fucking shopping mall somewhere, they scream and holler the loudest. Well, you know what? The elected leaders you put in office, this is what it led to. And I blame those who vote for the types like Hillary Clinton. I blame those who voted for Barack Obama. You put these people in charge, and they fucked up. So you are responsible for it. That includes your fucking landlady.
I told one of my customers the other day, I said, you know, when you get to the end, you can listen to the news and the polls. When you get to the end, you're not going to know nothing until the 8th. That night, that's 6, 7 o'clock at night, you'll have an idea. Then it'll be 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah.
Then you'll pretty much know by 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yep.
That's when you'll know. And then pretty much by midnight, you'll have a pretty good idea which way the wind is blowing by 7, 8 o'clock at night. And the only answer I give to some of my customers, I go, is we'll just see how stupid the country is.
Yeah.
We're gonna really see. You know, you can watch the news and you listen to the radio and watch the polls, which can mean something but also mean nothing at the same time. Like I said, when you get to, so I didn't watch. Yeah, I'm not following it like Jane does. She's glued to the TV. And then after 17 and a half hours of watching MSNBC, then goes on channel 13.
God.
You know, I'm telling you, she's like glued to the TV with this, you know. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't agree with everything Donald Trump spouts
No, of
off.
course not.
This business of a fucking wall,
That's a little.
this is right up there with gay marriage. It's bullshit. It should never have become a fucking issue because everybody knows. Just ask the East Germans how well the fucking walls work. People still got through and they were killing people. All right, this is a wall with multiple layers and machine guns, vicious dogs, mines, and guards would shoot to kill orders, and still people got through it. You know, you think you're going to stop the Mexican drug cartels from digging around under, flying over those fucking... Get the fuck out of
They're
here.
a lot more ruthless than he is trying to come over.
Yes, that's
Those are
nonsense.
people
We don't
trying
have
to-
the manpower to literally put a man every 3 feet on a fucking wall. This is not the Great Wall of China you're going to be building here. It's ridiculous. You want to stop illegal immigration? Go after the people that hire illegal immigrants in this country to get around U.S. tax law. Go that route.
Come to Brewster, they're all here.
Everywhere. It's not just Brewster. It's all over the
they're
fucking
all
country.
here.
Go after them with real fucking, you know, fines and penalties, and then maybe, and then of course, maybe we can do something to help improve the Mexican economy so they stay down there. Instead of sending jobs to fucking China, if you're going to send them overseas, why don't we just send them to South America instead? If you must send American jobs somewhere else, let's put them in South America so that the South Americans have a reason to stay in their own countries and not come here. That's all. And for fuck's sake, let's stop importing fucking Syrians and Iranians and whoever the fuck else from all the stand countries out there who want to fucking kill us. That's a really stupid move on the part of the Democrats, and I blame Obama for that. And Hillary is a supporter of it. Really? You want to bring the people to this country who you know are going to be susceptible to, you know, the hate shit that the mullahs spew out, and some of them are probably terrorist plants. Slipped in amongst the crowd to get into this country and create God knows what mayhem. People make me want to fucking vomit. I hear shit like that. What the fuck is the matter with you? It'd be like on the eve of, you know, World War II, we decide to allow the German nationals into the country, not the Jewish ones, but regular ones, Nazis and shit like that, you know, to come over. Yeah, come on in. Oh, you were in the Imperial Japanese Navy yesterday? Do you want to immigrate to America? Sure, come on in, yeah.
So you can write letters home and make telephone calls.
Would you like an apartment right next to Pearl Harbor, you know? With a good view of the boats? You can take some pictures if you like. You know, show the folks back home where you live.
And the one guy, he was a dentist, right? That one guy there.
Well, he was a Japanese spy is what he was.
Yeah.
His cover was as a dentist. He was far from the only one. You know, they busted Roosevelt's balls rounding up the Japanese citizens and putting them in internment camps, but the fact is there were a number of spies amongst them. It wasn't nice to do it to those who'd been here for generations. I would have just held it to the recent immigrants, you know, and, you know, maybe a first generation or something or whatever, but it worked. We managed to keep Japanese sabotage to a bare minimum on the West Coast, which was critical to the war effort.
You got those balloons coming over that were kept quiet.
Those were straight from Japan. Yeah, that was actually a strategic attack on the United States with a strategic weapon.
Didn't one go off in 1948 or something?
That was not one of the ones that had biological weapons on them. They sent over balloons with biological weapons, weaponized smallpox or something like that. I forget what it was exactly now. It was unsuccessful, but it did make it here. It just didn't deploy properly and didn't spread like they thought. But they did launch the fucking attack.
And then we kept it quiet, and then Tokyo was not hearing
and
back.
So they have no grounds to stand on when they bitch about us dropping a couple of nuclear bombs on their fucking asses, because they started the strategic attack. Even to this day, we have a policy: if you launch a biological attack on the United States, our response is going to be nuclear. Once we figure out where it comes from, and we will, we're coming for you. You're going to lose a city. Maybe your whole goddamn country. The Japanese are very lucky we only had a couple of bombs, because if we'd have had 5 or 6, Harry Truman would have fucking used it.
Probably.
Oh, definitely. Harry Truman was a combat veteran. He understood what it would be like for those soldiers hitting the fucking beaches of the Japanese home islands. He understood very clearly what was going to happen.
If we had a D-Day Japan, what would the casualty rates have been?
High, because they were arming the entire fucking population, and these people were willing to die to protect their country. Just literally throw themselves at American guns. So the casualties would have been in the hundreds of thousands, maybe the millions.
What did we lose on D-Day?
Oh, God, I forget the exact number. Quite a lot, actually.
But it would have been a lot more in Japan.
Yeah, oh, definitely. You know, in D-Day, we only had to fight the Germans. They were not the population of France. You know, the French population, for the most part, was behind us. We weren't fighting the entire population of France and, you know, all that shit. Now, if you hit Japan, you're fighting the entire population of Japan, not just an invading army that's there to stop you.
Anybody can pick a fucking gun up and fire it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Pitchforks, guns, anything.
Great grandpa's sword.
Yeah. Oh, especially that, yes. And they were prepared to do it. The emperor had told them to stand and fight, they'd have done it. And then, you know, we'd have had to wait a few more months while we made a couple more bombs, and then 2 more cities would be gone. Maybe Tokyo next time, or who knows what else.
Where I was at was actually one of the targets, Yokosuka.
Yeah.
That was actually one of the, that was tabled for one of the,
yep.
But I think they said bad weather, and this is your...
Yes, there was a weather problem at the time, so they had to pick the targets that were available to them.
And that was one of them, because that was right near to her, right? That is Tokyo, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't downtown, but...
Now, that phonograph I bought tonight was made by the Victor Talking Machine Company of Japan around 1935, 1936.
JVC.
Yes, that's exactly who they are today. Well, they changed hands several times since then. Victor sold, well, RCA owned Victor at that time, and so did EMI, a part of it. They sold out to a Japanese company under pressure from the Japanese government in the late night, about 1938, I believe it was. And they changed the name to Nippon something or other. Then they changed it after the war again, but eventually it became part of JVC. But that was a very interesting time period in Japan. You know, those years just before the war. I mean, they were already at war in China, yes. But they were becoming more and more anti-American at that time and pushing American companies out, shit like that. The question is, how did this Japanese phonograph end up in Alaska? Could it have been something captured from the Japanese Expeditionary Force in the Aleutian Islands, maybe, and brought back as a souvenir? It's a real possibility.
You got that Zero that we shot down up there.
Shot down more than 1 Zero up there. Now that became an orphan army after a while, but you know, we cleaned them up eventually. It was not an easy fight by any means. It's not exactly easy territory to fight in. Inclement weather, mud, you know, permafrost that sometimes isn't perma. And a fanatical enemy.
Ew, what a dead skunk.
I don't know what that was, but it was pretty well smushed.
Ugh.
Looks like a truck got that one. Just a smear on the road, basically. Now over there in Germany, they're trying to downplay, and over here too. Oh, he was just some disgruntled youth interested in mass shootings, lone crazy. He wasn't connected to this, to that. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Now,
He was a radicalized youth, yes.
Now, if the Germans had caught him alive, what would they have done to him?
I don't know if they had. They don't have a death penalty over there. He'd have been in jail for the rest of his life, yes, but that's about it. Unless they just shot him. Well, the cops did shoot. He shot himself,
The
actually.
truck driver over in France.
He committed suicide. He shot himself. The cops didn't get him. Yeah, an 18-year-old radical Islamist is exactly what the fuck he was. And it's about time people understood very clearly that that's the enemy. That is the fucking enemy. All right? You got them over there teaching 5-year-olds to shoot RPGs and, you know, AK-47s and shit. Doesn't matter what the fuck country he comes from. It's the same damn religion. And it seems to be kind of funny to me is I don't see Christians and Hindus and Buddhists and Jews and everybody else suddenly putting on bomb vests and picking up rifles and going shooting perfect strangers in a fucking crowd, you know, or anything like that. But I do see it happening with Islam. Why is that? You know? And our fucking president who won't even say the word.
Yeah.
You know, won't even say the word. Radical Islam, motherfucker. That's what it is. That's who's killing people in San Diego, who killed people down in Florida there the other day in the New Health. Not the Health. What was that? A nightclub.
Oh,
yeah.
The gay nightclub there.
Yeah. And they try to oh, no, he's not Islamic. He's something. No, he is. Gee, is his religion Islam? Does he come from that part? Yes. Oh, well, guess what? He's not a lone. Yes, he is a lone crazy, but he's crazy for a purpose. He's following the tenets of the religion he's chosen to, to follow, basically. They listen to those fucking mullahs and they go and do what they're told. Create mayhem and murder.
Truck driver in France.
Oh, that one too, yes. And the shooters before that.
More to come.
Of course. It's only just started for them. They've been allowing these people into their country for a long fucking time. And there's been problems in England too.
Well, the governor over there isn't she a towel head?
No.
Who's the towel head over there in the government?
I have no clue, but it's not their prime minister now.
No, it's yeah, she don't like Trump, and she's up there because she's a Muslim or whatever.
Don't know. Well, no Muslim is going to like Trump because he is not shirking away from saying things like radical Islam.
Yeah.
You know, this war is never going to end until these people are forced to police their own. You know, we cannot go over there and weed out the ones who. How the hell you know who? Whoa, look at that deer.
Big one.
You don't, yeah. You don't know who the fucking ones are. They do. You're not going to tell me that community, the Islamic community in France, doesn't know who the crazies are. They know. They're not going to say anything because they're fucking afraid. But guess what? We're going to keep bombing your fucking countries, destroying your fucking culture, and killing you until you start to police your own culture. That's what's going to happen. And keep on. It's been happening. It's going to keep on happening. Fuck them. You know, other cultures are not doing that shit. Whether or not they have a problem with somebody else. They're not sending terrorists out, you know, to blow up fucking this and that and the other thing or anything else. Not threatening the world and everything with destruction. You can't get along with everybody else, we're going to have to force you to do it.
Like I said, I can't wait for November. Actually, November. Just to find out. Just, all right, are we totally fucking screwed, or is there a glimmer of hope here?
Who knows?
You know. Just can't wait for this really to be over.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly that, and all this, you know, and praise Hillary will be over. Hopefully, you know. I got such a bad feeling about that, though, you know.
Don't expect that Donald Trump is going to be the Messiah any more than Barack Obama was. He's going to try.
But at least
I believe he will try, and I believe he has the smarts to choose people who would be good at the jobs he needs to fill. Unlike Obama, who picked Hillary to be a fucking Secretary of State for God knows what reason. And she fucked that up royally, and John Kerry's no fucking prize either. I believe he will at least try. Hillary would just be 4 more years of the same old
if not worse. If not worse, yeah. Keep tearing down the military and tear down the VA.
Yeah.
God. tiger ratting around?
Oh, he's probably hiding from the heat somewhere.
Does he want to come in during the...
No, he doesn't go near that door. No, he's not interested in that at all.
Thought he'd be wanting to get into the air conditioning.
No, he doesn't like to be inside during the summer months. He hates it. Only in the winter. He likes being an outside cat. When the winter cold hits, then he's heading for the door. Well, what he likes to do, he goes down by the mine and curls up there in the stones, sleeps.
Do the divers see him?
Oh, yeah.
Is he on any of the videos?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware. No, their videos are all underwater. They don't take videos above ground.
They did in the early days. That's what Mike was complaining about all day.
What the hell is that? That's a bat. I don't know. Not that I've ever seen. You know, their videos mostly been underwater. Except for one or two they did about the trolley or something like that. But I didn't see him on that one. All right, Scott. Maybe we'll see you next week.
Should be around. Farther than I gotta check my schedule, but I should be.
All right, well, see you then. It's gonna be a hot fucking week.